Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, I'm bringing you guys Week 9 tight end rankings for fantasy football in 2020. In this video, I'm bringing you guys the top 20 tight ends for week number 9 of the 2020 fantasy football season. We're going to discuss why I have them ranked from 1 through 20 in this video. Before I get into it, I'd like to ask that if at any point during these tight end rankings you end up enjoying it, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because not only is it free, I put out content every single day to help you guys win that 2020 fantasy football championship. So real quick before we get into it as well, I'd like to give you guys a quick word from my friends and my sponsor over at OverlayDFS.com. OverlayDFS.com offers the matchup shop, which is the easiest way to make money on daily fantasy sports. It is so simple. All you got to do is go on Overlay DFS and find yourself your way to the matchup shop. All it is player versus player fantasy football. All you do is figure out which guy you think is going to score more points. Patrick Mahomes minus 7 points or Teddy Bridgewater plus 7 fantasy points. Another example, Kyle Allen plus half a fantasy point or Daniel Jones minus half a fantasy point. It is so simple. You guys do this research all week long, so why not take it and win some cash on OverlayDFS.com. And we are back. Let's get right into it. Week 9 tight end rankings. We begin with tight ends 1 through 10. At number 1, we have Travis Kelsey going up against the Carolina Panthers, and this is a very good matchup for Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey has been balling on a weekly basis. He's been balling on the weekend like usual, as Drake would say, and Travis Kelsey just has looked very good, and this offense is absolutely humming like a goddamn hummingbird on the weekly basis. So I think Travis Kelsey is going to have another good game here at tight end number 1, with the injuries and with the fact that the tight ends this year have looked so top heavy, just very top heavy. Darren Waller comes in here at number 2 up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Last week, obviously, Darren Waller put up a fat dud, but that's because that game involved wind, rain, all of the goddamn elements that Avatar, the fucking last airbender, were trying to combine or something. I don't remember the premise of that show, but Darren Waller has looked very good and is a very safe tight end thus far this season, so I expect another solid game out of Darren Waller after that bad game, but it really wasn't his fault. It was all about the weatherman in that one. At number 3, we have Mark Andrews going up against the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. Now, the Baltimore Ravens right now look like a certified dumpster fire at throwing the ball. They had Hollywood Brown go onto the Twitter, use his Twitter fingers, and was typing like, you motherfucker, you Mr. Lamar Jackson, you piece of shit, throw me the fucking ball. I go out there. That's a terrible accent, but he's like, I'm fucking open, and you don't throw me the fucking ball. What are you doing? You fucking suck. Like, frankly, Lamar has not looked good thus far this season. He has the Madden curse like you read about. So Mark Andrews, I think, has a good game here. I expect them to be throwing the ball more. But, man, Mark Andrews has looked like shit compared to what he looked like last season. But it's not even his fault. It's really just on the quarterback, Lamar, a.k.a. the running back, because that's about all he can do very good as of recently. At number 4, we have Gronk Spike, Rob Gronkowski, going up against the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Gronk from the beginning of the season and the Gronk from right now are two completely different fucking humans, it seemed like. At the beginning of the season, Rob Gronkowski seemed like a dumpster fire you throw into your lineup, and if you're in a points per block league, maybe Gronk would have been good. But now, he's scoring points per reception points and standard points and half PPR points because he's actually getting the goddamn ball. So Rob Gronkowski going to be used a lot in this one up against the New Orleans Saints. But I do worry that Antonio Brown, Mr. Business is booming, Mr. Call God, gets a little too involved and Gronk kind of simmers down, especially since it seems like Mr. Chris Godwin could end up playing in this one. At number 5, we have TJ Hawkinson going up against the Minnesota Vikings. TJ Hawkinson has been hooping this season. He has just been a week in, week out safe player for fantasy football at the tight end position. So if Stafford plays, I'm very confident in Hawkinson. If he doesn't play, pull him back a little bit, give him a little slack. Tight end like 8 or 9 in that case if Stafford does not play, but I personally expect Matthew Stafford to suit up on Sunday. At number 6, we have Janu Smith going up against the Chicago Bears. And again, you guys might know actually if Hawkinson is playing, because Hawkinson is playing, if Stafford is going to be playing or not as you guys are watching this video. I recorded it at night. It's coming out later on Saturday. And I will let you know in the comments if he does end up missing, so you guys can adjust the rankings, and maybe if you have two of these guys inside of the top 10, move one of them up. At number 6, you have Janu Smith going up against the Chicago Bears. This is a very good matchup for Janu, and Janu has not looked all that great the last 2 weeks. Frankly, the guy has been injured. He was banged up, came back, and then last week up against the Cincinnati Bengals, this offense was about as deflated as a football in New England, so I think Janu Smith is going to look much better this week up against the Chi-Town Bears, considering he's been so consistent earlier in the season. At number 7, we have Hunter Henry going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you were to Google most average NFL tight end, picture Hunter Henry is just sitting there. Just a nice pose of fucking Hunter Henry looking you right in the fucking face, because that's what Hunter Henry is. He has been the most average motherfucker out there. So I think Hunter Henry will be fine here up against the Raiders, considering I think it's going to be high scoring. But as of recently, Herbert the pervert, Horsecock Herbert, just hasn't been throwing the ball to him for some fucking reason. They have the H to H connection. Horsecock Herbert to Hunter Henry. At number 8, we have Noah Fant going up against the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. This screams amazing matchup for Noah Fant. While he hasn't been that amazing the last couple of weeks, I expect a big bounce back here up against one of the softest defenses in the NFL in the Atlanta Falcons. At number 9, we have Hayden Hurst going up against the Denver Broncos. While I think the Atlanta defense is soft, what that means is the Atlanta Falcons are going to have to throw the ball, and Hayden Hurst has not really failed me yet, knock on wood, thus far this season. He's been so fucking average. Just like Hunter Henry, except for Hunter Henry has been scoring touchdowns, and Hayden Hurst does. And that's what the thing is. Hayden Hurst, the first half of the game, this guy makes you want to blow your fucking brains out and have your brains splattered against the goddamn wall. And then halfway through the game, once the game is half over, the second half, Hayden Hurst is just triple pumping the defense, bending them over a table without the use of lube or spit, sticking it in there and going to Pound Town. I think he sticks it in there up against the Denver Broncos defense. Closing out the top 10, we got Jared Cook going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Now, it's likely we see Michael Thomas return in this game, which is not great for Jared Cook. Obviously, if Michael Thomas plays, that takes away opportunity for him, but it's likely we don't see Emmanuel Sanders in this one, and Jared Cook is just a safe bet to score a touchdown on a weekly basis, so if he does, his status at top 10 will definitely be a good call for this video. So now on to tight ends 11 through 20. So again, if you guys have enjoyed the video thus far, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. At number 11, we have Eric Ibron going up against the Dallas Cowboys. To be quite frankly, the Dallas fucking Cowboys defense sucks. Eric Ibron has looked good the past couple of weeks now. While Eric Ibron has not been good the whole season, based upon the sample size of recently, I feel confident in having him as tight end 11 on the week. At number 12, we have Mike Likiamagasiki up against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Backing out west. Yeah, I expect the Miami Dolphins and Arizona Cardinals to get into a nice shootout here. Now, not necessarily some tit-for-tat fucking game, but I expect Tua Tagovailoa to throw the ball in this one. I don't expect it to be like an ass fucking like they did to the Rams last week, where the defense is scoring, they're kicking. I believe the Dolphins scored off of a kick return or a punt return. I think it was a kick return. It was just an absolute butt fucking of the Rams, where Tua didn't really have to do anything, which meant we didn't really see a lot of Gesicki in that game, and I think we see a lot more of him here up against the Arizona Cardinals. At number 13, we have Jimmy Graham going up against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Jimmy Graham is kind of reliant on a touchdown on a weekly basis, but when he's a guy who scores a touchdown a decent amount, I feel comfortable starting him at tight end number 13 this week up against the Titans. The Titans defense kind of fucking sucks, but the issue is Nick Foles also kind of fucking sucks as of recently. At number 14, we have Easy Evan Ingram up against the Washington football team in Washington, and Evan Ingram is just a no bueno. Just no bueno. He has been complete and utter dick as of recently, so I do not trust Evan Ingram whatsoever. That's why he's at tight end 14. He has not proved to me this season that he is that guy, so I'm going to go ahead and not want to be starting Evan Ingram this week, but again, if it was ever fine to start him, maybe he'd be fine this week up against Washington. Now, it's hard to fucking sit him down because this guy's a freak athlete out of talent. He's 99th percentile in all of these things, but he just hasn't been good this season. So I worry about him. I got him at 14. There's obviously a lot worse options than Evan Ingram. i.e. the people fucking behind him. At number 15, we have Trey Burton going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this will be a tough test for the Indianapolis Colts and Trey Burton. For Trey Burton to get a decent amount of points up against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens defense is very good, and I worry about Trey Burton in this one, especially since Jack Doyle is there, and Mo Alley Cox is still healthy. And while Phillip Rivers loves that tight end, that's why the man has 11 fucking kids, I'm not too sure this is the greatest matchup for Trey Burton, so I got him at 15. At number 16, we have Logan Thomas going up against the New York Football Giants. In reality, after tight ends like 13, it just becomes a shit show pretty much every single tight end rankings video. It's just so hard to trust these guys later in the rankings. But with that said, Logan Thomas at 16 going up against the Giants. The Washington football team and the Giants I expect to be a low-scoring game. But if Thomas does end up finding the end zone, Thomas the tank engine, it'll be fine at tight end 16. Now we are in the complete and utter turmoil at the tight end position. Dalton fucking Schultz with a quarterback that you don't even know who's going to be playing probably until Sunday. Just fucking lock the key, throw it out the fucking window if you're going to be starting Dalton Schultz, because this guy's going to probably get you a 0 up against one of the tougher defenses in the NFL. Sure, rookie quarterbacks tend to kind of like tight end. That's the only reason why I might even want to start him. But man, this is a tough matchup for Schultz at 17. At 18, we have drop my drawers and let us see my third leg. Greg Olsen going up against the Buffalo Bills. Third leg, Greg Olsen has been all right this season. Another case of a touchdown-dependent tight end, which is a lot of what you'll find here at tight ends 15 through 20. Next up is Irv Smith going up against the Detroit Lions. Now, Irv Smith has a good matchup here, but again, when Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, is in the fucking lineup, you really have no idea which one of these two to start. And at number 20, we have Albert going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Albert O is Horsecock Drew Lock's college tight end. Playing together now in the NFL. While I think Noah Fant blows up, Albert has been getting usage, so I like Albert O here as the final tight end, as tight end number 20. So thank you guys all for watching this video. Again, if you ended up enjoying, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I love each and every single one of you motherfuckers. Check out the sponsor, link down below in the description. Have a great rest of your guys' day, and I'll see you beautiful bastards tomorrow in the live stream. Have a great rest of your guys' day. I love you all. Good boy!